Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of Kevin Plays LOTRO. Today we're continuing on with Kestik, the Stout Axe Runekeeper. We're going to continue on with the Epic Quest storyline, Book 3, Forward, Fires in the North. So we have to talk to Candace, and we are here outside of Can, just right at Candace encampment right here, ready to start the quest. And before we start, I'd just like to invite you to, if you like the video, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Alright, let's get to it.
How can I be of service?
Estelin sends word that you are to go there and meet with Halbarad. Please hurry, for the orc fires burn hot and strong, and each moment we waste is another opportunity for the enemy. Alright. Alright, so.
What can I do for you?
Ooh, Estelin right there. It's not a fast travel. Oh, I get travel for free. Oh well. Oh, it is a fast travel. Yay! Alright, let's talk to Halbarad. Probably need another horse ride. I think he's up over here. There he is. I fear that the forces of Angmar may overwhelm the North Downs and then all of Eriador.
What do you need?
Word has spread about the help you have given the Rangers to the south. Here in the northern lands, we need your help now more than ever.
Stay a moment.
While the eyes of Estelin have been turned to the east, news from west and south tell me that the enemy is moving on many fronts. I fear that the strength of Estelin is nearly spent, and alone we cannot face this greater threat. A council of the free peoples in the North Downs must be called, yet before I do so I need more knowledge of this threat. I need to know of Fornost, once the capital of Arnor of old. This has fallen under the sway of Angmar once more. If the enemy has taken and fortified the ruins of Fornos, we are in gravest of dangers. Travel to Mincham, a ranger who camps on the fields of Fornos to the west, and ask for his aid. Alright, let's see what this is here. It's a little sparkly. Okay, this is a little side quest. Stamped across the front of the book is the title of Arthedain and its settlements. The book's cover is worn, as if many hands have held it. It opens easily to a dog-eared page which reads, "In those days, northeastern Arthedain was dominated by 5 great settlements known commonly as the 5 Towns. These were Henneth Rune, south of Fornos, Duintham, astride an ancient stream, Carnglin in the northern hills, Ost Ardulin in the lakelands, and Dolinder, now called Estelin. Amongst the rangers of the North Downs, we encourage our peoples to visit all 5 of the towns and discover the locations of their founding stones. It is important to remember who we are." Okay, so talk to Istuian, who is right here. Oh, and then Halbarad has one more quest. Fornos, the darkness within.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Oh, this is a fellowship. Word has come to me from our scouts outside the gates of Fornos that powerful wraiths have been seen within the city. Excuse me, throat's a little dry. I do not doubt the words of my men, and if these spirits are indeed who I believe them to be, there is a greater evil there that we have not yet perceived. These wraiths must be the spirits of the 4 traitors that aided Angmar in the downfall of the kings Norbury. In the last stand against the enemy, a great treachery occurred, and the gates of the city were thrown down. Legend tells that the men were bewitched by the Witch King's champion, a woman named Amarthiel. And if you've seen my video on my character Simply Ming, he already went through the Epic Quest storyline dealing with her, Amathiel. Anyway, if these race are indeed these men, they must be dealt with. I would ask that you visit Istuin, who is learned in these matters. She may be able to assist you in finding some way of ending the threat of these new foes. Okay, so we got 2 quests to talk to Istuin. I believe I know where she is. She's right here. Okay, we'll do ruins first.
Silently now, darkness approaches.
Yes. So you have found that old journal? Istuin arches an eyebrow. It is not customary for those not of the Rangers to do so, but if you wish to know more about my kindred, you may want to undertake the journey yourself. I need some water here for a second. Excuse me. The first of the settlements mentioned in the book was called Dolindur. Today we call it Estelin. Return to me after you have found the founding stone of Dolindur, and we will speak further. Oh, and then there's the other quest I forgot.
What do you want of me?
Okay. The fall of the kings Norbury. In my youth I transcribed Fornost. So I think we have to actually go into Fornost for this. So, we'll read it. The fall of the king Norbury. In my youth I transcribed an ancient text written by the elf Laridan. We also know him from previous travels. Alas, that Laridan is no longer with us, for he left many years ago with Golidir, and no word has returned of them. He was a great lore master and has long studied Fornost and Amathiel. Before its downfall, Amathiel has entered Fornost under a false guise. She appeared as a great smith, offering her skills against the works of the enemy. Her words and counsel were heeded by many. She aided in the crafting of armaments and gear of war. Laridan believed that before the downfall of the city, Amathiel wielded a great power to sway the minds of men. 4 of the captains of the city guard were enthralled by Amathiel and taken into her service. When the Witch King's horde pressed its final assault on Fornost, these men and her followers overthrew the door wardens and opened the gates. One account has been preserved from those who escaped. The ancient text of Laridan gives the account of the last of the king's rear guard to leave the city. The text claims the 4 men captive to Amathiel's will swore an oath to her upon Morgul blades, pledging their unending service, and then threw themselves upon the swords. If the race have returned to fulfill their oath, Halbarad is right to fear. I would ask you gather companions and seek the race in the ruins of Fornost. If you can, recover the hilts of the Morgul blades. I am sure they would still possess them and guard them fiercely. If the account is true, then the blade hilts bind these race to Middle-earth, and their destruction may bring about an end to their evil. Alright. Yay, there he is. Colbert the Mad! The Mad! Seriously? Seriously, you want a piece of me? There you go. I guess so. Alright. Remove that. Alright. Alright, Mr. Mincham.
I'm sorry. Did you need something?
The enemy retaking Fornost of old? Aye, from what I have seen here, I believe it is most likely that they have. From this lonely camp I have seen the specters of the Oathbreakers stir, and fell spears from Angmar take shape upon the fields. I have also seen orcs spilling out from the gates of Fornost. So yes, the enemy has indeed taken Fornost once more. What cannot be told is the strength of the enemy within the ruined city, and for that I shall need your help.
Would you stay among us and learn our march orders?
Level 32. I cannot tell you the strength of the forces of Angmar within Fornost, for I did not see them approach. The orcs and wargs that guard the gates must have entered Fornost from the north. I fear the only way to know the true strength of the enemy within Fornost is to test the defenses erected at its gates by the orcs. I would do this myself, but my old injury prevents me from doing so. If you are willing, go to the Norbury gates north of here and slay what orcs and wargs you find. After you have done so, bring me a report of what you find. Okay. What else does he have?
Will you stay a moment and learn of my troubles?
Alright. I am Mincham, a ranger of the north and ever a protector of these lands. My duty bids me to keep watch over the fields of Fornost, for they have grown dark and evil. Wise folk do not come near this place. Allow me to introduce my companion, Colbert the Mad. So he likes to call himself. He wandered out of the field one day and sat himself down by my fire. It was some time ago, and he has not left.
Greetings, friend.
The man fixes you with a hard stare, lines of amusement etched into his pale skin. Yes, I am Colbert the Mad. I came out of Fornost and lived to tell the tale. I remember no time before, but I walked the dark fields and saw many things. You are Kestik the Mad. Yes, mad, mad, mad to come to this place. There are ghosts, yes, and evil spirits, but more terrible than any are the bears. But more terrible than any are the bears. This man seems quite unhinged.
I'm sorry. Did you need something?
And there is Idremin, our vigilant lookout. He speaks but rarely, and smiles not at all. But his watchful presence eases my fears and lets me sleep better at night, so I do not begrudge him the silence. Excuse me for a second. I believe he came from Meluinen, far to the southeast, but I do not know what brought him hither. So I think he's an elf. Yep, he's an elf. Idremin peers at you calmly, but does not speak. After a moment of uncomfortable staring, he looks away and seems to listen intently to some distant sound only he can hear. Okay, Mincham has another quest. The voice upon the air. Oh, this is a good one. You ask of Idremin, he watches and listens all day. Myself, I haven't strong hearing, let alone the keen sense of the elves. I know not what he hearkens. He speaks very little, but of one thing I am certain, whatever draws his attention, he fears it. He will not venture to the fields of Fornost to seek it. Okay, so we ask him what he hears in the fields. This is good. This is going to be a good one. The voice upon the air. You ask Idremin what he hears, but he does not respond. His expression is slightly annoyed, as if you have interrupted him in something important. Well, let's meditate and listen for any strange sounds. Oh, here we go, right here. Home. You suddenly detect just barely a far-off song. You suddenly detect just barely a far-off song, ghostly and unsettling. You tell Idremin that you have heard the strange voice, and he looks at you sharply. His words come haltingly, as if the common speech is strange to him. You hear the twisted song, great evil lies beyond the light of this fire. Do you seek death? If not, stay, and listen from afar. Find the source of the unsettling song. We're gonna do that. Oh, we're not gonna, yeah, but we're not gonna do these quests. a supply crate. This way, we want to go this way. Okay, go back to Mincham. Alright.
How grey is the shadow upon my heart.
You are truly a stout heart to face such beasts. You have my gratitude, Kestik. I only wish I could have done this myself instead of sending you my steed. But time and injury prevent me from wielding a sword, let alone drawing a bow. From what you tell me, Angmar did not merely send a token of force to Fornost. Nay, it appears they sent an army. Fornost has fallen once more to Angmar.
Will you stay a moment and learn of my troubles?
Quick now, you must return to Halbarad and Estelin and tell him what you have learned here. Angmar has taken Fornost once more. From such a fortified spot, Angmar could dominate all of the north, but there are even worse things to worry about. Tales tell of a great evil which inhabits the collapsed and ruined halls of Fornost. This evil could be called to serve to Angmar. Go to Estelin and tell Halbarad that you have learned what you have learned here. Alright.
What can I do for you?
I suppose we can be thankful that we are no longer as ignorant of the enemy's plans as once we were. Yet the question of how we will face this threat looms over us all. The peoples of the North Downs must be called together for a council to deal with this threat. There is much to do, and much I will ask of you in the days ahead, if you are of willing spirit. Okay.
Would you do something for me?
Okay, we will need the might of the Dwarves of Othriker if we are to face the threat of Angmar. The Dwarves there are good longbeards, but we have been put to task by the Dour Hands. When the Dour Hands showed their true loyalties, the Longbeards drove them out of Othriker. Yet they were still hard pressed by the Dour Hands, and only recently has one of Durin's folk from Erebor, Dori, come to aid them. It will not be easy to convince them to lend their strength to the council, but you must try. Travel to Othriker and speak with Dori. If you cannot find Dori for some reason, speak to a dwarf named Hanar. It is he who leads the Longbeards of Othriker.
Could I speak with you a moment?
To the south of Estelin there stands a small refuge of the Elves. Many long years have the Elves dwelt there. However, in recent days most of the Elves left the glade. What is worse, I have heard that those few that remained were slain by stone trolls from the north. It is an irony that Gildor Inglorion, an elf lord of Rivendell, was coming to give word of the enemy's movements, but arrived too late to save those who remained. He should be called to the council, but I fear that he will be too consumed by the desire to protect both the glade and his people from their rage. It will be your task to go to Lyn Gileath and convince Gildor to come to the council.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Of all those that have suffered in the North Downs, it is perhaps the people of Trestlebridge who have suffered the most. They have stood firm against all orc attacks, but their own numbers are dwindling. In fact, the mayor of the town, Lavelle Boskins, was recently slain, and his daughter Nellie now leads the people there. I would ask you to go to Trestlebridge and speak with Nellie. We will need her leadership at the council. I will give you a word of warning. Although her people have the most to gain from coming, Nellie will be the hardest to convince. The constant attacks will block all thoughts of anything but dealing with the immediate threat. Alright. I think we're going to do Gildar Inglorian first.
How can I be of service?
Greetings. I wish I could extend you a warmer welcome, but these are dark times for the elves. The shadow of the enemy has grown longer than perhaps any had thought, and the elves of Lyn Gilead have paid the price for our complacency.
Will you lend me your ear?
Alright, this Council of Estelin, I wish that I could simply commit to such an endeavor, but it is not so simple. Many of my people are nearly overcome with grief and anger at what happened here, and the threats against Lyn Gilead are not yet dealt with. Our scouts tell me that the orcs in Nan Wathen are planning to move against us soon. The scouts say that these orcs are being led by a great Uruk. So we gotta basically, we travel through here somewhere. So let me see. Oh. Probably straight that way. There we go. Yeah, we gotta go through that way. All right. Can't use that yet. All right. That didn't seem right. There we go. So I think he's actually down here. Ooh, silver. I think that's him. Yeah, Drukordh. I think they really cleaned out this place. Alright. Come on, really?
Megovanen.
Ah, you have done it. We heard the wails of the orcs from here. You have seen to the safety of Lyn Gilead, Kestik, and for this you have my thanks.
Stay a moment.
Okay. With the Uric Drukordh slain, the threat of the orcs is lessened, and I am free to come to the Council of Estelin. You should bring word to Halberid, and we shall attend him, and that we will arrive soon. Your brave deeds may yet prove a strong foundation for our defenses. Alright. Okay, there's Hannah right there.
What do you need?
You seek Dori? Alas, Dori has been captured by the Dour Hands. An envoy of the traitors just left and said that if we did not turn over the mines to them, Dori would be killed.
Come and stay a moment.
A council of the free peoples? How could we give thought of a council with Dori gone? It was only with Dori's arrival and the hoard of gems he brought that hope began to creep back into our hearts. But Dori has been captured, the gems lost, and hope is stolen away. If those men, those rangers, wish to have the help of the dwarves of Lothriker, then Dori must be free. You, if you or are the rangers' envoy, must do this if you desire our presence at this council. Dori is likely being held at the Dourhands camp to the west of Othrikar. Free Dori and escort him to safety. Once he is free, we will make our decision regarding this council of yours. Note, it is suggested that you complete this quest while in a fellowship. Inspiration will assist you if you choose to undertake this challenge alone or with a smaller group. Alright, we will find Dori. Alright, and first,
Of what help may I be to you?
let's repair our stuff, and I did not do the Hobbit presents on camera, but I got some scraps. Alright, so we'll sell the scraps. Okay, let's find Dori. Yeah, they're that way, but I think we gotta go this way. Well, let's go this way. Let's see if we go this way. Yeah. So I have to go over there. Nope, too steep of a hill. Oh. Alright, we'll go this way. And we don't have this quest for the footlocker. There we go. Alright, we gotta go down this way. Uh-oh. Don't want to fall down the hill. We'll do that as well. Where is he? Oh, he's probably underneath this bridge. Okay, never mind. And there he is.
What do you need?
Well, it's about time. Those dour hands took the hoard of gems I brought. We've got to get them back. Orthriker is depending on them. Come now, before the dour hands get suspicious. Alright. Let's go, Dori. And this dwarf is famous because he was in The Hobbit. Oh yeah, and there's my inspiration bonus right there. Go for it, Dori, you tank. Alright, let's do this. For the Longbeards. Uh-oh. Oh, golly. This way. Uh-oh. What's his health? Oh, I gotta move that. Jeez. Did you get him? Oh. I guess line of sight is important. Dori just wants to get everybody. Okay, I need to talk to Hanner. So let's see.
Greetings.
You have done a great thing for the Dwarves of Othricur this day. Dori arrived not long before you and is resting inside, but he told us of your valiant rescue. We are at your service. Oh, I gotta choose one.
Will you help me?
Before he retired, I told Dori your message about this Council of Estelin. He recommended that we should go, and I agree with him. The dwarves shall lend their might to this council and free all of the North Downs from the clutches of the enemy. Go now and tell the rangers we shall come. Alright. We'll do that later. We're going to talk to Nellie Baskins. Or Boskins. And here's Trestlebridge. Strange chicken nest. Interesting. Okay. I think I remember a quest or something like that. I don't know. Okay.
How can I be of service?
See what this one is. Oh, destination North Downs. Not yet. We're not going to do that yet. Alright. Hello, Nellie Boskins.
How can I be of service?
Hey, Council of Estelin, have you taken leave of your senses, Stout Axe? Are you unaware of the dangers facing this town, the constant attacks we must endure? These men in the east, if they truly cared about the threats facing Trestlebridge, they would help us here with these orcs. We would not have to suffer as we have. We lost all those dear to us. No, I shall not come to this council, nor anything else, and I shall not be convinced otherwise. Now, if you have no other business, leave me to see to defense of this town. Okay, we'll talk to Halberad. Alright, we'll do part 1 first.
What can I do for you?
Good, you've returned. It does not surprise me that Nellie refused the call of the council, but that does not matter now. Word has arrived here that a large contingent of orcs is moving on Trestlebridge. The people there are a strong folk, but I fear they are no match for these orcs and the chieftain who leads them. We must go to their aid. Alright.
Could I speak with you a moment?
In the past, the orcs that have attacked have been of the Tarkrip tribe. The bloodlust of that tribe usually causes them to throw themselves heedlessly into the battle, without forethought. The orcs that now move on Trestlebridge appear to be of the more powerful Ongsburg tribe. These warriors are stronger and more skilled. The townsfolk will not be able to stop them. I would send a party of my men to aid them, but all my kin are dealing with matters in the east. You and I may reach them in time, however. You have done much already, but I would ask for your help in this battle. Gather what warriors you can and return to me. But make haste. Trestlebridge does not have much time. It is suggested that you complete this quest while in the Fellowship. Inspiration will assist you if you choose to undertake this challenge alone or with a smaller group. Okay. Okay, the defense of Trestlebridge.
We must not delay.
Are you prepared for the battle ahead? It will be a difficult one, and we will need all the warriors you can gather. Are you ready to leave now? Yes.
The little town of Trestlebridge is all that stands between the orcs of Angmar and Greenland to the south. Halbarad, Ranger of the North, gathers heroes to help defend Trestlebridge from the approaching onslaught.
The orcs are nearly upon the town. Come with me quickly. We must convince Miss Botkins of the threat that is nearly upon her. To the bridge! And Nellie must survive. And so does Halbarad. What is this? Hope! Halbarad has hope. Uh-oh. Come on. Come on. Get the Battle Lord. Huzzah! Trestlebridge is saved. That's right. We have done well this day. I am indebted to you as well for your aid, as I fear the battle would have turned against the free peoples had you not been here. I must leave now, and I hope it is not too much to ask of you to stay behind. I would ask that you ensure that Trestlebridge remains safe through the night, then return to me in Estelin. This was a great victory, my friend, a great victory indeed.
Elrond has healed Frodo of his Morgul wound, and now the time has come to decide the fate of the One Ring. I can see no other path than that which leads to Mount Doom. Who then shall defend Eriador against the shadow of Angmar?
I will. Alright.
What can I do for you?
I must apologize to you, for I fear my behavior towards you was nearly unforgivable. I see now that the constant orc attacks were nothing compared to what Angmar could bring to bear on the small town. You and the ranger Halbarad have risked your lives to save my people. I am in your debt.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Alright, the debt I owe you and the rangers cannot be repaid easily, but I hope to make a start of it by answering Halbarad's call to the council. Whatever strength the men of Trestlebridge can lend to Halbarad's endeavors shall be his to command. Please go tell Halbarad that I will come to this Estelin as soon as I settle matters here. I am still responsible first to my people, but I see now that the free peoples of the North Downs must stand together if we are to remain free. Thank you, my friend. And we gotta travel here. How much does it cost? 1 mithril. Nah. No thanks. I'll save my mithril. Okay, part 4.
What do you need?
These are good tidings. With the dwarves aiding us, our chances of turning the tide against Angmar are that much greater. You have done well this day, Kestik. Very well indeed.
Greetings.
The elves, the message you bear is joyous. Twice over, the Uric Drukordh is dead, and the elves have agreed to come to the council. You have done very well, for the might of the elves shall improve our lot all the more. You have my thanks for this.
What can I do for you?
Alright, free peoples, it is good to see you again. My thanks for your help in that battle. Without you and your companions, I would have surely fallen, as would Trestlebridge. It is also good to know that Nellie Boskins will come to the council. She is a fine and strong woman, and I will welcome her and her peoples present in the conflict ahead.
Might I take a moment of your time?
The council assembled. While I await the arrival of those coming to the council, I must ask one final task of you. My chieftain Aragorn must be told of what has transpired here. I would also seek his counsel, as the position I find myself in is an unusual one. Aragorn has always been the one to lead, to organize, and inspire. If only the matter he was seeing to was not of much greater importance, then he would be here. That cannot be helped, though. By now, Aragorn should have arrived at the refuge of Rivendell in the Troshaws. It is a hard ride that awaits you, but word must be taken to Aragorn of these matters. Look for him in one of the guest rooms of Elrond's house. Okay, I will. And at that note, I will step away. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, let's head off to Rivendell. A long journey. It's a level 30 quest. So let's see. Let's see where it leads us. Where are we at? We're in Estelin. Okay. And I don't think this character has been to Rivendell before. Oops. So I don't think we could do the... let me see here. I don't think we could do fast travel, but we will see.
What do you need?
Nope. Because we haven't found... Oh, minimum level 40 too. Oh, golly gee. Alright, so we will go to Westbury. We'll go the long way.
How can I be of service?
Southbury. And check out the leg. Okay. See if I get to Rivendell. Probably not.
What can I do for you?
So, where's Trollshaws? Trollshaws. Nope. 40. Alright. We will go to... We could do Oscarruth. Yeah, we have to do Oscarruth. What happens when we go to Edinmoors?
How can I be of service?
Rivendell. Wow, alright. What a cheat. Okay. Good to know. Haha.
How can I be of service?
Yay! I wonder if that was intended. Alright, Rivendell unlocked, and that was quick. Sweet! Learn new things every day, so Aragorn is over this way. So in the guest rooms we have Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn, Boromir, and I think isn't there a side room? I guess not. Thinking of hobbits are actually in Elrond's the last homely house. Okay. And walk many board for you. Okay. Good insight. Okay.
I thank you for this news.
Oh, that I could be there to aid in those matters, but it would seem my fate lies to the south and not the north. I will compose the message for Halbarad and ask Master Elrond if one of his elves could carry it to Estelin. You have done enough, and you have my thanks. For now, take what ease you can here in Rivendell. Okay, so what we have? A locket, which is pocket, and I don't have anything in my pocket. I don't have anything in my pocket. I don't have a pocket item. Okay, let me see. Okay. No, that's might for light armor. Really? Agility for, yeah, real smart. Agility for heavy armor. Okay. Well, let's take the locket. I can always use a little more vitality, I guess.
Welcome
And
to
resistance. Okay. So yeah, see, this is level 37. We have to label up before we do this. The Troubles of Rivendell. Yes, Rivendell has troubles. Welcome to Rivendell, where you will find the last homely house east of the sea, Kestik. The road to Imladris is not as forgiving as once it was, and I commend you for your efforts. I hope the waters of the ford have calmed since our passage. We left them in turmoil. I fear the cause of these troubles is not yet concluded. Lord Elrond is the master of the house here. He should be given news of your arrival. You will find him in his library in the upper floor of the last homely house to the northeast. All right. Let's see what other quests he has for us. A momentous decision.
Greetings.
All right. I have borne this broken blade for many long years, Kestik, always unused, for these are the shards of Narsil. Yes, Narsil, the sword wielded by Elendil of Westerness in battle before the Black Gate of Mordor. The sword that broke beneath him in battle with Sauron upon the slopes of Orodruin. Though Gil-galad had fallen and Elendil was slain, two still stood against the might of Sauron in the shadow of that fell tower. Isildur, the son of the king, and Elrond Half-Elven, herald of Gil-galad. With a final effort, Isildur picked up the hilt shard of Narsil, and cut the one ring from his finger, and the power of the Dark Lord was broken. The light of Narsil was extinguished, but his shards... Oops. That's weird. Okay. But his shards came again to the north, though Isildur himself never returned from the Gladden Fields. The shards have been passed from father to son in his line for years beyond count, but the sword has never been remade. The old victories did not last, Kestik, and the shadow has returned. We have need of Narsil's light once more. The blade must be reforged. Speak with Hemeldir at the forges here in Rivendell, in the northwest corner of the Vale, and tell him of my decision. I would have him know that Narsil is to be remade. Okay, so we'll start these two quests. The one with Narsil, reforging Narsil, the momentous decision, that ends with a fellowship quest, which will probably, I don't know, it may, maybe he'll do it at a higher level or not, I don't know, but we'll see. But okay, let's go to the forges. There he is.
Hail, friend, and well met.
Narcel is to be reforged. My heart would be filled with joy at this news, friend, for Aragorn and for all of Middle-earth if it were possible. The shards were kept a while in Imladris for safekeeping, and I often gazed upon them. It is with sadness that I must tell you that reforging the sword may not be possible. Its history is known to me, long and storied as it is, but I will tell you only the portion that causes me to grieve. Of old, Elves of the House of Fëanor crafted numerous wonders, items of great power and beauty. Among these were the Silithar, adamants possessed of the light of the stars. The dwarfsmith Telchar used one of these stones in the creation of Narcel, and the Silithar it was that caused the blade to glow with silver light when wielded in battle. All of Silithar were lost during the long centuries since the forging of Narcel. Without such a stone to use in the reforging, the sword will never achieve the greatness it once had. I am sorry. Bring this news to Aragorn with my sorrow. Okay, and I will be back. Okay, so now, well, so for this quest, yes, we have to talk to Aragorn, but you know what? We're going to talk to Elrond first for the other quest.
Hope is not in vain.
The path you took to my doorstep has been perilous, Kestik, and its dangers all too common in these dark days. If you will consent to lend us your aid, it will not be the least of your challenges.
Dark days are coming.
Welcome to Imladris, Kestik. It is good that you have come. Rest well, but not too deeply or too long. We have need of adventuring folk, for there is evil beyond the veil. Not more than 2 months ago, a hobbit by the name of Frodo Baggins and his companions were pursued to the ford of Brunnen by servants of the enemy. I speak of the Nine, the Nazgul, fell creatures in the service of Sauron, and though the Brunnen fell upon them at my command, we have found the steeds of only 8. One of the riders is unaccounted for. My son set forth with scouts bound to them by friendship to seek this missing rider. I ask that you speak with Elladan at their camp in Thornhad among the Brunnen Gorges, and lend your aid to the search. We must learn where this Nazgul has gone, and most importantly, his designs. And we will do that later, because
Greetings.
you have returned from speaking with Helmeldur. What did he have to say about the reforging of Narcel? I see. Helmeldur is a fine smith, but he shares the dour outlook of his people. If he needs a Silithar to reforge the sword of Elendil, we will find for him a Silithar.
Greetings.
When I was very young, my father Arathorn was slain by orcs, and my mother brought me to stay here at Rivendell. I was called Estel by my mother Gilrain, and by all those who dwelt in the vale, and I rode far afield, seeking adventure with the sons of Elrond. I considered him my father as much as did Elladan and Elohir. At the age of 20, Lord Elrond took me aside and told me my true name and of my heritage, that I descended in unbroken line from Elendil of old. He gave to me the ring of Barahir and the shards of Narcel, but he withheld the scepter of Anumna, saying I had yet to earn it. He withheld too another treasure, but I will not speak of that. Soon afterward, I went in search of a Silithar with which Narcel might be reforged. Yes, I knew then of the ancient Silithar and of the need for one. But I was young, and I did not pass the test that was set before me. The time had not come for Narcel's remaking. I have a message for Master Elrond. Bring it to him, oh Lord, faithfully, and return with his words, and I will better know how to proceed. Here's my message. I know now what Gwyndeth sought of me in the watery darkness, and I am prepared to give it. Elendil was a wiser man than I. I await your return, Kestik. So I guess I should have saw him first. And then Elrond. But oh well.
A strange fate brings you hither.
Aragorn has traveled many roads since his early failure in the tomb of his great ancestor. What would Gwyndeth make of him now, I wonder? You look puzzled, young one. Do not despair. I will explain my words to you and give counsel to him whom I once called Estel.
A strange fate brings you hither.
Aragorn came to us when he was only 2 years of age, his father Arathorn having been slain by the arrows of the orcs. Gilrain feared for her child's safety and brought him to Imladris, seeking to keep the fact of his birth from the eyes of the enemy. I bade Gilrain keep his true name and lineage secret, and she called him instead Estel, or Hope. When he reached 20 years of age, I saw that he had come early to manhood, and I gave him knowledge of his lineage, and the name of his father had given him, Aragorn, a strong name. Full of hope was he on that day, but he soon would be laid low with a love far above his station. For walking in the woods near sunset of the next day, he encountered Arwen, my daughter, and was stricken with love for her. I do not know why he went to Numenus, but I always believe he made the journey to prove to himself he was worthy of loving such a maid. He went to that ancient city, long deserted, in the company of my sons and with Calanglad, a ranger that came at times to Imladris. Calanglad did not return from Aragorn's journey to the city of his fathers, and when next I saw Aragorn, the experience had left its mark upon him. Return to Aragorn and tell him that I agree the time has come for Narsil to be reforged, and I will give to it a new name, Anduril, Flame of the West. We will have need of its light before the end. Oh, excuse me.
Greetings.
I am glad that Master Elrond agrees with my decision, for his counsel is near to my heart. It is true I journeyed in my youth to Numenus, the city of my fathers. Even then it has stood empty for long years, but it was once the shining jewel of my people, and I desired to see it with my own eyes. I thought too that if I recovered the Silithar that lay within Numenus, the only one of the stones to remain in this bend of the world, I might reforge Narsil and prove myself worthy of the faith to which I have been born. Illidan and Elorir accompanied me on my journey to Evendim, and my kinsman Calanglad also. He has sworn an oath to my father and renewed it in my name before we departed. Much of the city has already been reclaimed by the waters of Lake Nenuel. When we arrived, and I despaired of finding the Silithar within the flooded tomb where it lay. But lo, the maiden Gwyndeth appeared before us and charged me with a task to prove my worthiness of receiving the Silithar. My youthfulness betrayed me. Though I had the form of a man, I had not wisdom or experience, and Gwyndeth found me wanting. The Silithar was not to be mine that day. When I stood before the flooded passages of Elendil's empty tomb on the outskirts of Numenus, I believed it right that Narsil be reforged. I could not understand why Gwyndeth refused me access to the Silithar. Now I believe I understand.
Greetings.
Long years have passed, and I have not seen Calanglad since that day. He did not return with me. He had become enamored of Gwyndeth and Lake Nenuil, and chose to remain behind. I offered to free him from his oath to me, but he refused, saying, "You are my lord and have power over me, but I ask that you allow me to remain here. I will keep watch over the city and safeguard the lake until such time as you return. In this way I will uphold my oath." Calanglad has remained at Tinuador ever since. I would rejoice to speak with him again, but preparations are underway for a journey of great danger and importance, more important even than the reforging of Narcel, and I cannot journey to a Numinous. But you, my friend, you can bring to Calanglad my words and tell him that we now have the true need of the Silithar, where once we did not. Bring this letter to Calanglad, Kestik, and remember that you act in my stead. You are my agent to Tinudir, an island on the eastern shore of Lake Nenuel in Evendim, and we speak with one voice. Always remember that respect cannot be bought, but must be earned. Do not undervalue it, and we shall yet see Anduel forged from the shards of Narcel. Okay, oh, and here's the letter. Calanglad, has been too many years. Young I was when last I stood with you in Men Erain before the tomb of Elendil, my forefather, and bid you farewell. Many roads have I traveled since that day, and many evils fought, but the path now beneath my feet and the foes arrayed before me are more dangerous than ever I have faced. The time has come for strength. The light of Narcel must be rekindled. You know of what I speak, Calanglad. The Silithar must be recovered. I am ready to take up the burden that has been set before me, but Gwendeth must give me her approval, or that readiness will mean nothing. The bearer of this letter acts as my agent and speaks with my voice. Verify the authenticity of its carrier in the common way of the Dunedain. Evendim and Ninuel are in my thoughts. Calanglad, I hope that you are well. Aragorn, son of Arathorn, Lord of the Dunedain. Alright. And we'll cancel these out. Okay. And I think we will end the video here. How long have I been playing? Yeah, I think we'll end the video here. Next time, let's see, what time is it? Bestowed. Yeah, next time I think I need to make a decision where we're going to go. Either we could do some more questing in the North Downs, or, you know, I think we'll do, I think we will do, where is it? Moanlands. I never did this one. Wow. Alright. We'll do the oatmeal problems in Oak Barton, and that'll lead us into Evendim, where this quest is that Aragorn has for us that we are to go to. So we will do that. We'll do the oatmeal problems first in Oak Barton, which is just south of Evendim, and we will continue on in Evendim. Alright. That's as far, as far as I know. So, okay, I'm going to stop this video. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification. And thank you all again for watching. Take care. Bye.